It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Very outspoken about breaking the cycle of domestic violence in New York City. And given everything that's developed over the weekend with P. Diddy, what are you thinking about possibly rescinding the honor that you gave him last year when you presented him with the key to the city?
I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of the young lady being assaulted by him and the committee and the team. We've never rescinded a key before, but we are now sitting down to see what the next steps forward are going to be.
So you are considering it?
We are taking everything under analysis, and the team will come back with me with a final determination.
Within a day of the lawsuit being filed, it was settled out of court, and the terms of the agreement were kept confidential. In a statement, Cassie's lawyer says, in part, quote, Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday, end quote.
Oh, yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and first and foremost, I want to most definitely once again send healing energy, prayers, and uplifted spirits to Cassie for having to relive this moment again as this broke and went viral all over the internet this past weekend through CNN, and also her entire family who probably seen this for the first time, what they going through, and also other women and men all over the globe who going through abuse and domestic violence of any sort. This is never nothing I'm standing by, supporting and saying this is the way to go. Somebody being kicked while they on the ground, dragged, supposedly punched and left with a black eye, and also hit with a vase on video. And I most definitely cannot stand with that under no circumstances at all in these type of situations of domestic violence and abuse. So most definitely prayers up to everybody going through these things in real life. Now, we see when Diddy popped out with the apology video, I instantly looked at it, said, hey, this is going to get broken down, critiqued. Different people gave me messages and what they thought about it. And I said, they going to first all say, hey, why are you coming out now? Why are you speaking on it after denying it at first? That was getting broke down. Also, him not saying Cassie's name and other things as well. Certain publications went up, and as y'all seen, Cassie's lawyer went up and spoke about the apology also. Then now, another result of this is the New York mayor is considering, and the conversation is being, hey, are we going to take the key to the city back from Diddy and everything like that? Well, some sources through his legal team and people a part of surrounding Diddy have spoken about it to TMZ and said this when it comes to the apology. There are lots of reasons to drag Diddy over his video apology. The public outrage is still fresh over what he did to Cassie. But when it comes to him not saying her name in the mea culpa, there's a legal reason he couldn't. As you know, Diddy and Cassie reached a settlement one day after she filed the sexual assault lawsuit against him in November. And sources familiar with the agreement tell TMZ it includes a very strict NDA, which prevents both of them from speaking about each other in public. You will notice since the release of the 2016 beating video, you have not seen or heard Cassie trash Diddy as you'd expect. Well, I do want to say this before we move on, that we can't say that we would expect her to be trashing Diddy. We don't know how she feeling about it or anything like that. This write-up is coming from TMZ though. Then it says, we're told Diddy's attorneys very closely reviewed this video apology before it was posted for a couple of reasons. First, they need to make sure it was in compliance with the NDA, meaning absolutely no mention of Cassie by name, even though we're told Diddy wanted to say it. Secondly, Cassie is just the tip of the legal iceberg Diddy is facing. While he settled her lawsuit, he still has to deal with 3 other suits that include some of the same allegations brought, including human and sex trafficking. For that reason, our sources say Diddy's legal team is on edge about him making any public statements. As long as there's pending litigation, his own words could potentially be used against him in court. With that being said, our sources say the lawyers allowed him to record the apology video, but only under their guidance. And I do want to say this, Diddy made that decision to put that video out. Yeah, he probably went over them for legal advice in it, but he most definitely wanted the video out there because he knows his public perception is being pretty much no credibility anymore. The brother love term is over now. You will not be able to promote and brand that, and that's just the way these things work. He lied about it, which when you lie about it, then it comes out when you trying to tell people you ain't this, you ain't that. This gonna make people look at you like you can't be trusted in things like that. Now, for people who don't understand, this is the entertainment business. We know Diddy for being an entertainer and being a business mogul. The two of them mixed and combined. And when you are an entertainer, your public perception is a part of your brand. And now he cannot be charged for these things that happened on this video in the state law. But in the court of public opinion, he's guilty because you can see it on video and he denied it, which means, hey, you were trying to hide it to the people. And it just is what it is. I had spoke on it myself and said, hey, why didn't he say a name? And then I thought about it later on that night when I went live, like, well, maybe he couldn't for the NDA reasons in the lawsuit and things of that nature. And I said, we'll just have to wait and see how everything play out. Now somebody has gotten word out because that was a big part of this and things of that nature. But overall, most of the people decision that follow this because he's an entertainer. That's where his bread and butter comes from when it comes to these type of things and how you orchestrate your deals and leverage your business is your public perception. People now are going to say you are guilty and you are that bad guy that they talk about. Some people going to say everything they say about you in that lawsuit, I believe is true. That's just how this game is going to go now because of how everything happened, how everything went down. People got family members and they gonna look at that like, bro, if you would do that to her, like, dang, what you would do to somebody else. It just is what it is when it come to that. Now, with the feds being involved in it, that's most definitely gonna be on Diddy's mind forever because the feds never come tell you, hey man, we finna stop investigating you. We finna stop looking into you and everything like that when they haven't brought charges on you yet. So you don't know where this video got dropped from. We don't know if the feds put it out. Supposedly $50,000 was paid for that video. It could have came from the person who recorded it from the hotel, made an extra copy and sold it off or anything or put it out, or the feds could have got it when they raided his house. We'll have to wait and see how it came out, which at this point in the public perception, that don't even matter. It's there now. You said you didn't do it and things of that nature. You can only speak so loosely on the situation because of this and the other lawsuits that you have as well. That doesn't mean that everything happened in those other lawsuits are true at all, but it's going to be a hard time getting that public trust back. We've seen people who went through this before lose all their sponsorships, lose all their deals because that court of public opinion is everything, bro, and it just is what it is. Now, if you was able to show and document your road to redemption, your health, your you going and getting help and trying to make it right, some people will perceive it a little bit better. But when it come out like this and the way that it went down with everything else tied to your name, it just is what it is, bro. It's a part of it, but I did want to come out and speak because I had spoke on that before about the apology and stuff and update that. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.